Fans cried over this heartbreaking news. Ben Shephard, the much-loved presenter of Good Morning Britain and Tipping Point, has long been admired not only for his charm on screen, but for the steady devotion he shows off-screen to his wife, Annie. For decades, the couple have been the picture of quiet strength, a partnership built on trust, laughter, and a deep commitment to family. Unlike the fleeting romances that dominate headlines, Ben and Annie's marriage stood as a beacon of stability. But recent whispers have cast doubt on the perfection many assumed. Separate appearances, hushed rumors, and cryptic statements have left fans asking the question no one dared before. Is this the beginning of an ending, or simply a storm the Shephards will weather together? Ben Shephard was never supposed to be a household name. Unlike some of his contemporaries, he didn't chase controversy or cultivate scandal. Instead, his career was defined by professionalism and warmth. Whether bantering with contestants on Tipping Point or keeping things light on Good Morning Britain, Ben became a fixture of British mornings. And through it all, Annie was there. A private woman by nature, Annie shunned the spotlight, allowing her husband to shine while she focused on their family. Together, they raised two sons, Sam and Jack, in a home that friends described as grounded, happy, and filled with laughter. For years, the Shephards projected an enviable harmony. Ben was the smiling professional, Annie the anchor at home. They were, as one friend put it, a team in every sense. But as fans know all too well, even the strongest teams can be tested. It started in ways almost too small to notice. A red carpet event where Ben appeared alone. A charity gala where Annie was expected but never arrived. In interviews, Ben would gush about his children, but mentions of Annie became less frequent. Viewers noticed. Social media lit up with questions. Where was Annie? Why was Ben suddenly alone? At first, these were dismissed as trivial observations. After all, Annie had always preferred to keep her distance from the cameras. But soon, the whispers grew louder. Sources close to the couple suggest the root of the tension lay in their very different lives. Ben's world revolved around early mornings, late-night rehearsals, and the unpredictable chaos of live television. Annie's, meanwhile, was focused firmly on family life and keeping their sons grounded. The very thing that once balanced them, his public life versus her private one, may have become the wedge driving them apart. "She's always been supportive," said one insider. But after years of his career taking center stage, there were times Annie wondered what was left for her. Distance grew, not in miles, but in silence. If Ben was struggling, he rarely showed it on camera. He remained the consummate professional, smiling, joking, keeping viewers entertained. But some say the strain was there, hidden in fleeting expressions, in moments where the laughter seemed just a touch too forced. On one occasion, during a particularly emotional segment on Good Morning Britain, Ben choked up unexpectedly while discussing the importance of family. Fans flooded social media with concern. To many, it was a rare glimpse of a man carrying more than he let on. Then came the moment that stopped fans in their tracks. Outside a small London cafe, Annie was approached by reporters. Known for her discretion, Annie rarely spoke to the press. But this time, she paused. "This is a very difficult time for our family. Ben and I remain committed to our boys and to the respect we've always shared. We ask for privacy as we find our way through this chapter." Her words were brief, but their weight was undeniable. It was not a denial, nor was it confirmation. It was something in between, a carefully balanced truth that left the world stunned. The reaction was immediate. Fans who had long admired the Shephards' marriage expressed heartbreak and support in equal measure. "I thought if anyone could make it, it was Ben and Annie," one fan tweeted. Celebrities, too, offered quiet words of encouragement. Susanna Reid, Ben's longtime co-host, was said to be devastated for her friend. Fellow ITV presenters described the mood behind the scenes as somber but supportive. Close friends of the couple began to open up cautiously. One described Ben as heartbroken but determined. Another suggested Annie was not closing the door, just asking for space. Perhaps the most telling comment came from a longtime family friend. "If you know Ben and Annie, you know they're fighters. They don't give up easily. But love isn't always about holding on. Sometimes it's about giving each other the freedom to choose. Insiders claim Ben has been spending more time at the family home in Richmond, prioritizing his sons above all else. Annie, meanwhile, has reportedly leaned on a close circle of friends for support. Some whisper about mediation. Others suggest quiet talks of separation. No one truly knows, except Ben and Annie. And yet there remains hope. This is not a tale of bitterness or betrayal. No scandal, no harsh words. Only two people navigating the complicated reality of love, family, and time. Ben himself once said in an interview, "Marriage isn't about perfection, it's about perseverance. Annie's my best friend, and whatever happens, she always will be." Perhaps those words hold the answer. Conclusion. For now, fans can only wait. Is this the beginning of a heartbreaking goodbye? Or will Ben and Annie prove yet again that their love is stronger than any storm? One thing is certain, theirs is a love story worth telling, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. And now we turn it over to you. Do you believe Ben and Annie will reconcile, or is this the end of one of Britain's most admired marriages? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Has long been admired as one of Britain's most genuine television personalities. From Good Morning Britain to Tipping Point, he has built a career on warmth, humor, and charm. But behind the smile that viewers know so well, Ben's true anchor has always been his wife, Annie. The couple, who met as young students and later married in 2004, built a life rooted not in fame, but in love and family. Together, they raised their two sons, Sam and Jack, away from the cameras, with Annie deliberately choosing a private life while Ben embraced his demanding role on screen. For years, their partnership seemed unshakable, a quiet example of loyalty in an industry often marked by fleeting romances. But recently, subtle signs have begun to spark concern. An absent ring here, a public appearance without Annie there. Observant fans noticed Ben attending events alone, while Annie was spotted in London with close friends, rather than by her husband's side. At first, whispers of strain were dismissed. Annie had always preferred to avoid the spotlight. But as weeks turned into months, reports emerged of conflicting schedules, late-night disagreements, and time spent living separately. Those close to the couple suggest the pressures of balancing Ben's high-profile career with family life may have created a distance neither anticipated. Then came Annie's quiet but striking statement. "This is a difficult time for our family. Ben and I remain committed to our boys and to the respect we have always shared. We ask for privacy as we navigate this chapter." Her words did not confirm an ending, but neither did they deny it. And so, the question lingers. Will Ben and Andy Shephard's love story survive this storm? Or is this the beginning of a painful new chapter?